Written for YouTube storytelling. Target 6,800 to 7,500 words. Optimized for text-to-speech narration. Scene 1. Cold open death on the highway. Darkness. The kind that swallows everything. The kind that makes you question what's real and what's nightmare. Then sound. A low rumble, growing, building, becoming thunder. The darkness shatters. Rain hammers against metal and glass. Each drop a bullet, each gust of wind a fist. Winter in Georgia doesn't play gentle. It comes hard and mean, like it's got something to prove. Interstate 85 cuts through Atlanta like a scar. 40 miles of concrete and ambition. On a normal night, it's packed with dreamers and hustlers, all racing towards something they think they need. Tonight, it's a death trap. The Lamborghini Urus appears from nowhere. $250,000 of Italian engineering, painted black as sin, roaring through the storm at 85 miles per hour. Too fast. Way too fast. Inside, a woman grips the steering wheel. Her knuckles are white. Her breathing is sharp and shallow. The kind of breathing that comes right before panic takes over completely. Isabel Hartwick, 31 years old, Chief Executive Officer of Hartwick Capital, $800 million under management, Forbes profile, Wall Street Journal features, the youngest female billionaire in Georgia. None of that matters now. The tire explodes. Not a slow leak, not a gradual failure, an explosion, like someone set off a bomb under the wheel well. The car lurches violently to the right. Belle fights the wheel, her arms scream with effort. The vehicle doesn't listen. It has its own ideas now. Physics takes over, momentum and mass doing what they always do. 85 becomes 90, becomes airborne. The Lamborghini leaves the ground. For 3 seconds it flies. Belle's stomach drops. Her heart stops. Time does that thing it does right before everything changes forever. It slows down, stretches out, makes you see every detail with crystal clarity. The median barrier rushes up to meet her, concrete and steel, unyielding, unforgiving. Impact. The sound is unholy, metal screaming, glass exploding, the physics of destruction playing out in real time. The vehicle flips once, twice, 3 times, each rotation a coin toss between life and death. The roof crumples, the windshield shatters, airbags deploy with the force of shotgun blasts. Then stillness. The Lamborghini comes to rest on its side against the median barrier. Smoke pours from the engine bay, thick and black and toxic, the kind of smoke that says fire is coming. Soon. Belle hangs sideways in her seat. Blood runs from her forehead, hot and wet, dripping into her eye. The seatbelt cuts into her chest and shoulder. She can't breathe right, can't think straight. Pain radiates from everywhere and nowhere. She tries to move. Her left arm responds. Her right doesn't, probably broken. The thought comes detached, like she's observing someone else's body. The dashboard lights flicker. Red, all red, every warning system screaming at once. Engine temperature critical, oil pressure 0, electrical system failing. Then a new sound, soft at first, growing louder. A hiss. Belle's engineering degree kicks in through the fog of shock. That sound. She knows that sound. Coolant hitting superheated metal. Fuel vapors building in a confined space. The perfect recipe for combustion. She has maybe 60 seconds, maybe less. Her fingers claw at the seatbelt release. It's jammed. The metal twisted by the impact. She pulls harder, nothing. Panic claws up her throat. Help, her voice comes out as a whisper. Somebody help me. Outside, cars pass. Headlights sweep across her prison. Red taillights fade into the storm. Nobody stops. Nobody even slows down. Just another accident. Just another problem that isn't theirs. Belle pulls again at the seatbelt. Her broken arm sends lightning bolts of agony through her shoulder. She screams. The sound is swallowed by thunder. The hissing grows louder, the smoke thicker. Heat builds in the cabin, not the gentle warmth of a heater, the aggressive heat of something about to ignite. 40 seconds. Belle's vision swims. Shock or head trauma or both. Her thoughts scatter like marbles on a tile floor. Pieces of her life flash past. Her father's funeral 6 months ago. The empty penthouse she calls home. The board meetings where she feels like a fraud. The success that never filled the hole inside her. Is this how it ends? Alone in a burning car on a rainy highway, another statistic, another cautionary tale about driving too fast in bad weather. 30 seconds. Then headlights, different from the others. These slow down, these stop. A 1998 Toyota Camry, faded blue paint and a cracked windshield, pulls onto the shoulder 50 feet back. The door opens. A man steps out into the storm. He's black, mid-30s maybe, wearing a mechanic's coveralls stained with grease and honest work. For a moment he just stands there, rain soaking through his clothes, looking at the wreckage. Belle can see him through the spider-webbed glass. She tries to scream, manages a moan. The man's head turns, he sees her, their eyes meet. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't pull out his phone to film, doesn't wait for someone else to do something, he just runs. 20 seconds. His work boots pound the wet pavement. He reaches the Lamborghini and drops to his knees. His hands move over the vehicle with purpose, checking, assessing. The movements are precise, trained, like he's done this before. His voice cuts through the chaos, deep, calm, controlled. "Ma'am, I'm going to get you out. Stay still." He tries the door. It's crushed, jammed, won't budge. He mutters something under his breath, a prayer maybe, or a calculation. 10 seconds. He sprints back to his Camry, pops the trunk, grabs something, a tire iron, chrome steel, heavy and solid. He runs back. "Cover your face." Belle manages to turn her head, close her eyes. The tire iron smashes through what's left of the driver's side window. Safety glass explodes inward. Cold air and rain rush in. The man's arm follows. He reaches for the seat belt. 5 seconds. His fingers find the buckle. He doesn't waste time trying to release it properly. He pulls a folding knife from his pocket, flicks it open with his thumb. The blade catches the red glow of the dashboard lights. "Hold on to me." He starts sawing through the seatbelt webbing. The nylon fibers resist. His arm muscles bunch with effort. Sweat mixes with rain on his face despite the cold. 3 seconds. The belt gives way. Belle drops. He catches her. His arm hooks under her shoulders. He pulls her through the window opening. Glass tears at her clothes. She whimpers. I got you. 2 seconds. He's lifting her, carrying her, moving away from the vehicle. His stride is long and quick but somehow smooth, like he's trying not to jostle her broken arm. 1 second. He's 20 feet away when the Lamborghini explodes. The fireball is immediate and total, orange and yellow and white hot. The heat hits them like a physical force. The man drops to his knees, turning his body to shield Belle from the flames. Debris rains down around them, burning metal and melted plastic. The explosion echoes across the highway. More cars stop now. Now that it's dramatic, now that there's something to see. The man stays crouched over Belle for 3 more seconds, making sure nothing else is coming. Then he gently lowers her to the ground. His hands check her pulse at her wrist. 2 fingers pressed to her carotid. He counts. His lips move with numbers. Pulse 110. Elevated but strong. Breathing shallow but regular. Possible concussion. Definitely broken arm. Possible internal injuries. He's talking to himself. Processing. His voice has a clinical quality now. Medical training showing through. Belle's eyes flutter open. The world spins. She sees flames reflected in dark clouds, sees the man's face above her, strong jaw, kind eyes, concern etched in every line. Who? Her voice is barely there. Who are you? You're safe now. Ambulance is coming, just stay still. She reaches up with her good hand, touches his arm. You saved me. Anyone would have done the same. 4 cars drove past. She coughs, tastes copper, only you stopped. He doesn't respond to that, just shrugs out of his jacket and drapes it over her. It smells like motor oil and laundry detergent and something else, something human and real. Sirens wail in the distance, getting closer. Belle's vision is fading, shock pulling her under, but she fights it. She needs to know, what's your name? The man hesitates, just for a moment. Then he says, Jamal Brooks. Thank you, Jamal Brooks, her words slur. I owe you my life. You don't owe me anything. Her eyes close, she can't help it. Darkness rises up like a tide. The last thing she hears is his voice, still calm, still steady, talking to the 911 dispatcher on his phone. Female, approximately 30 years old, motor vehicle accident with explosion. Conscious but fading. Possible head trauma, confirmed broken right arm, possible internal bleeding. Vitals stable for now. I have her covered and warm. We're at mile marker 147, northbound I-85. His voice fades as Belle sinks into unconsciousness. She doesn't see him pull something from his pocket, a crumpled piece of paper, something that fell from her purse during the extraction. He looks at it. His eyes narrow. He reads the words written there in shaky handwriting. They know, get out. Below that, one more word. Dad. Jamal looks at Belle's unconscious form, at the burning wreckage, at the 4 cars that drove past without stopping. His instincts, honed by years in the Navy SEALs, are screaming at him. This was not an accident. The ambulance arrives in a wash of red and blue lights. Paramedics swarm. They ask Jamal questions. He answers them all. Medical terminology flows easily. He tells them what they need to know. When they load Belle into the ambulance, Jamal steps back, melts into the small crowd of onlookers that has formed. He watches the ambulance pull away, siren wailing. A police officer approaches him, young, eager, notebook out. Sir, did you witness the accident? I saw the aftermath, pulled her out before the vehicle exploded. We'll need a statement. Of course. The officer writes down Jamal's contact information. Name, address, phone number, all of it accurate, all of it traceable. Jamal has nothing to hide. Except the note in his pocket. That he keeps. When the officer finally lets him go, Jamal walks back to his Camry. The old car looks even more pathetic next to the emergency vehicles, but it starts on the first try. That's what matters. He sits behind the wheel for a moment, not starting the engine, just sitting, processing. His phone buzzes, text message from his mother. Did you pick up the milk? Destiny needs it for breakfast tomorrow. Destiny, his 7-year-old daughter, safe at home with her grandmother, probably already asleep, dreaming whatever dreams 7-year-olds have when the world still seems mostly good. Jamal types back, got it, be home in 20. He looks at the crumpled note one more time, reads the words again. They know, "Get out, Dad." A woman's father warning her to run. Then 6 months later, according to the news articles Jamal has been half following, that father dies in a single vehicle accident. Car goes off a cliff. Ruled accidental. And tonight, the daughter's car has both front tires explode simultaneously at 85 miles per hour. Jamal is a lot of things. Former Navy SEAL, MIT graduate in mechanical engineering, licensed mechanic, single father struggling to pay bills. But he's not stupid. 2 accidents in 6 months, both fatal or nearly so, both involving the same family. He pulls out his phone, opens the browser, searches for the name he glimpsed on the woman's ID when he pulled her from the wreckage. Isabel Hartwick. The search results flood his screen. Forbes articles, Wall Street Journal profiles, Atlanta Business Chronicle features. CEO of Hartwick Capital, 31 years old. Net worth estimated at $1.2 billion. Youngest female billionaire in Georgia, took over the company after her father's death 6 months ago. Father Robert Hartwick died in a car accident, single vehicle, ruled accidental. Jamal's jaw tightens. He puts the phone down, starts the engine. The Camry rumbles to life, reliable as sunrise. As he pulls back onto the highway, his mind is already working, cataloging, analyzing, planning. He just saved a billionaire's life. And in doing so, he might have just painted a target on his own back. The note burns in his pocket like evidence, like responsibility, like a choice he's already made without realizing it. Jamal Brooks thought he left the hero business behind when his wife died and he became a full-time father. Thought he could just fade into the background, fix cars, drive Uber, raise his daughter in peace. But some things don't let you walk away. Justice is one of them. The highway stretches ahead, rain still falling, and Jamal drives home to the life he built from the ashes of his old one. A life that's about to get very complicated. Because the thing about saving someone's life is this: you don't get to control what comes next. You don't get to decide if they find you, if they thank you, if they pull you into their world. You just have to deal with the consequences. And consequences, Jamal knows, have a way of finding you, no matter how fast you drive, no matter how far you run. They always find you in the end. Scene 2, 6 months earlier. The light changes. Sepia tones wash over the world, warm browns and soft golds, the visual language of memory, of before. 6 months earlier, Atlanta is summer hot, the kind of heat that makes pavement shimmer and turns cars into ovens, the kind that makes you remember why people invented air conditioning. West End neighborhood, historic black community, streets lined with modest homes built in the 1920s, some maintained with pride, others sagging under the weight of deferred dreams and absent landlords. The house at 847 Oak Street is one of the proud ones. Small, 2 bedrooms, peeling paint on the porch but flower boxes under the windows, grass cut neat, toys in the yard suggesting a child lives here and is loved. Inside, morning light streams through thin curtains. The smell of eggs and toast fills the air. Gospel music plays softly from a radio. Kirk Franklin's voice promising that joy comes in the morning. Jamal Brooks stands at the stove, spatula in hand. He's 34 but could pass for 40 on a hard day. The kind of weathering that comes from carrying too much too young. His hair is cut military short. His t-shirt is worn soft from 100 washings. The name of his old unit is faded on the chest. SEAL Team 6. A past life. On his right forearm, a tattoo catches the light. An eagle, globe, and anchor. Below that dates, below that a name, Shannis, in elegant script. At the small kitchen table, Destiny Brooks sits with her homework spread out. 7 years old. Brown skin and bright eyes and hair pulled into two perfect puffs. She's working on math problems with the kind of intense concentration that makes her tongue stick out slightly. "Daddy, what's 7 times 8? Jamal doesn't turn from the stove. "What did we practice yesterday?" "The song, but I forgot the words." "Start from 5 times 8. Destiny closes her eyes, sings softly. 5 times 8 is 40. 6 times 8 is 48. 7 times 8 is, she pauses, counting in her head, 56. "That's my girl. Write it down before you forget." Destiny scribbles the answer, then looks up. "Daddy, why do you work 3 jobs?" The question lands like it always does. Sharp and innocent and impossible to answer honestly. Because 7-year-olds shouldn't have to understand poverty, shouldn't have to know that their father is drowning in debt, shouldn't have to hear that the hospital bills from their mother's cancer treatment are more than their house is worth. Jamal plates the eggs, slides them in front of his daughter. "I work hard so you can go to college one day, so you never have to worry like Daddy does. But you're always tired." "Tired is okay. Tired means I'm taking care of you." Destiny eats her eggs, thinking, processing. She's too smart for her own good sometimes. Gets that from her mother. On the kitchen wall, a calendar hangs. Bills are marked in red. Rent due, car insurance, water bill, hospital payment. The numbers are not friendly. They never are. Rent $1,200, due in 3 days. Hospital debt, $95,000. Minimum payment, $350, also due in 3 days. Car insurance, $200 paid. One less thing to worry about until next month. Jamal's checking account balance, $742.16. The math doesn't work. It never does. He'll have to pick up extra Uber shifts this week. Maybe hit up Detective Stone for some side work. Maybe skip a hospital payment and deal with the collection calls. Maybe. The life of a man on the edge is full of maybes. Destiny finishes her breakfast, puts her plate in the sink without being asked. "Can I watch cartoons?" 15 minutes, then teeth and shoes. Grandma's picking you up at 8. She runs to the living room. The TV clicks on. SpongeBob's laugh echoes through the small house. Jamal washes the dishes. His hands move automatically. Muscle memory, like so many things in his life now. On the wall by the refrigerator, a photo hangs in a simple frame. Janice Brooks, 29 years old in the picture. Bright smile, alive and healthy and full of plans, before the diagnosis, before the treatments, before the end. Jamal touches the frame lightly, 2 fingers to the glass, a ritual he performs every morning. "Morning, baby, Destiny's doing good, growing like a weed, smart as you were, stubborn as me." He pauses, swallows hard. "Bills are rough this month, but we're managing. We always manage." He drops his hand, turns away. Getting emotional won't pay rent. The door to the garage stands open. Beyond it, a space that used to be for parking is now Jamal's workshop. Tools hang on pegboard with military precision, everything in its place, everything labeled. A mechanic's bench runs along one wall, parts and projects in various states of completion. On the back wall, mounted in a glass case, evidence of another life. An MIT diploma, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, graduated with honors. Next to it, a shadow box, military medals, Navy Cross, Purple Heart, Bronze Star, campaign ribbons from places most Americans can't find on a map. And a photo, Jamal 10 years younger in full SEAL gear. Afghanistan, his team around him, half of them dead now, the cost of service. That was the plan. Navy SEAL to MIT to engineering career at Boeing, build weapons systems, make six figures, give Shannis and Destiny the life they deserved. Then Shannis got sick. Cancer doesn't care about plans, about potential, about dreams. The treatments lasted 18 months, draining their savings, then their retirement, then forcing them into debt so deep Jamal can barely see the surface. She fought hard, harder than most, made it to Destiny's 5th birthday before she couldn't fight anymore. The funeral cost $11,000, money Jamal didn't have, still doesn't have, added to the pile, one more number in red on the calendar. After she died, Jamal couldn't go back to Boeing, couldn't focus on weapons systems when his world had just exploded from the inside. He needed to be there for Destiny, to see her off to school, to tuck her in at night, to be present in a way his father never was. So he quit, cashed out what little was left, moved back to Atlanta where his mother could help, started fixing cars, the one skill that would always pay even if it didn't pay well. That was 2 years ago. He's been treading water ever since. The doorbell rings. Mrs. Lorraine Brooks lets herself in with the key Jamal gave her. 62 years old, retired nurse, salt and pepper hair and a smile that could light a city block. She raised Jamal alone after his father split. Now she helps raise Destiny the same way. Morning, baby. Morning, mama. She sets her purse down, eyes the calendar on the wall, sees the red marks. Her smile falters just slightly. You making rent this month? Always do. That's not what I asked. Jamal doesn't answer, doesn't have to. His mother knows how to read silence. She sighs, opens her purse, pulls out an envelope. It's not much, just 200, but it's something. Mama, no. Don't mama know me. I'm your mother, let me help. You're on a fixed income. And you're drowning, take it. The envelope sits on the counter between them. Pride versus necessity, the eternal war. Jamal takes it, hates himself a little for it. Thank you. You're a good father, Jamal. Shannis would be proud. The words hit harder than they should. Jamal turns away, busies himself with wiping down a counter that's already clean. Mrs. Lorraine calls into the living room. Destiny, Grandma's here. Destiny runs in, backpack on, shoes tied. Can we get ice cream after school? We'll see. That means yes. They leave in a flurry of hugs and promises. The house falls quiet, too quiet. Jamal stands in his kitchen, in his small house, in his small life, and feels the weight of all of it pressing down. He's 34 years old, former SEAL, MIT graduate, and he can barely make rent. Something has to change. But what, how? When you're underwater, swimming harder just makes you tired. You need something to pull you up, some piece of luck, some break. Jamal doesn't believe in luck, believes in work, in skill, in doing what's right and hoping the universe notices. But hoping doesn't pay bills. He grabs his keys. Time for job number 2. Uber driving. 8 hours behind the wheel, picking up strangers, taking them where they need to go, smiling, being polite, pretending everything is fine. The Toyota Camry waits in the driveway. 240,000 miles on the odometer. Runs like a top because Jamal knows how to maintain it. Oil changes on schedule. Tires rotated. Fluids checked. Belts replaced before they fail. You take care of what you have. Make it last, because getting new isn't an option. As Jamal drives toward the airport for the morning rush, he doesn't know that 6 months from now, a woman will be dying in a burning car. He doesn't know that saving her will change everything. Doesn't know that his life is about to become very complicated. All he knows is this. He has to pick up 12 rides today, $40 average per ride, $480, minus Uber's cut, $360, not enough, never enough, but something. The grind continues. And Jamal Brooks, former Navy SEAL, MIT engineer, widower, father, survivor, grinds on. Meanwhile, across town, in a world that might as well be on another planet, Isabel Hartwick sits in her office on the 47th floor of Hartwick Capitol Tower. Floor-to-ceiling windows, view of Atlanta that costs more per square foot than most people make in a month, desk made of Italian marble, chair that cost $8,000, art on the walls worth more than Jamal's house. Belle wears all black, Armani, $8,000 suit. Her hair is pulled back so tight it must hurt. Her face is makeup perfect, but her eyes are empty, windows with nobody home. She stares at her computer screen. Numbers, columns, spreadsheets, the language of money, of power, of a world she inherited and doesn't quite fit. A knock on the door, sharp, perfunctory. "Come in." Vincent Carrington enters, 58 years old, silver hair, expensive suit, smile that doesn't reach his eyes, chief financial officer, her father's best friend, her most trusted advisor. Or so she's supposed to believe. Morning bell, the quarterly reports are ready. She doesn't look up, email them. I thought we could discuss them in person. There are some irregularities. Now she looks up. What kind of irregularities? Nothing serious, just some wire transfers that need explanation. Your father set them up before he died. I'm sure there's a perfectly logical reason. Belle's jaw tightens. My father didn't do anything without a reason. Show me. Vincent slides a folder across the desk. Belle opens it. Her eyes scan the pages. Financial jargon, account numbers, routing codes. $8 million moved to a shell corporation in the Cayman Islands 3 days before her father died. This wasn't in the last audit. It was overlooked, an error. An $8 million error. These things happen. Belle's instincts, dulled by 6 months of grief, start to wake up. Something is wrong here. The numbers don't make sense. The timing is suspicious. And Vincent's smile is too practiced, too ready. I want a full investigation. Every transaction, every account, everything my father touched in his last 6 months. Vincent's smile tightens. Belle, that's extreme. It will alarm investors, suggest impropriety. My father died in a car accident 6 months ago. Single vehicle, ruled accidental, but the police wouldn't let me see the full report, said it was standard procedure. She stands, leans over the desk. I don't believe it was an accident. I think someone killed him, and I think these transfers are connected. Belle, grief can make us see patterns that aren't there. Get out. What? Get out of my office and get me those files, every transaction, every account. I want them by end of day. Vincent's mask slips for just a second. Something cold and calculating shows through. Then the smile is back. Of course, I'll have my team prepare everything. He leaves. The door closes with a soft click. Belle sinks into her $8,000 chair. Her hands shake. She presses them flat on the marble desk, willing them to be still. On the credenza behind her, a photo, her father, Robert Hartwick, 62 years old in the picture. Kind eyes, warm smile, arm around a younger Belle, both of them laughing before he died, before the grief, before the suspicion. I miss you, Daddy, she whispers to the empty room. I don't know how to do this without you. The photo doesn't answer. It never does. Belle pulls open her bottom desk drawer. Inside, hidden under files, a police report. The one they said she couldn't see. The one Detective Stone slipped her 3 months ago with a warning. Be careful who you trust. She's read it 50 times, knows every word, every detail. Robert Hartwick, single vehicle accident, car left roadway at high speed, went off cliff, burned on impact. Brake lines cut, evidence of tampering. Case closed due to insufficient evidence. Political pressure applied. Investigation shut down. Someone killed her father. Someone with power, with connections, with the ability to make police investigations disappear. Belle looks out her window at the Atlanta skyline, sees wealth, sees power, sees a city full of people who would smile to her face and stab her back for the right price. She doesn't know who to trust, doesn't know how to fight an enemy she can't see. But she knows this. She won't stop, won't let her father's death go unpunished, won't let whoever did this think they got away with it. Justice will be served, even if she has to serve it herself, even if it costs her everything. The scene fades, sepia tones dissolving back to the present, back to the cold reality of a winter night and a burning car, and two lives about to collide in ways neither of them can predict. Scene 3, the morning after. Morning comes slowly to Emory University Hospital, the kind of slow that only exists in places where time is measured in heartbeats and breath, where every second matters and none of them move fast enough. Belle Hartwick wakes in a private room on the 4th floor, the kind of room that costs $3,000 a night, private nurse, private bathroom, windows overlooking the city, everything money can buy except the one thing she needs. Answers. Her head throbs, her right arm is in a cast, her body feels like it went 10 rounds with a heavyweight, which, in a way, it did, the heavyweight being physics and losing being survival. She remembers fragments, rain, speed, the explosion, strong hands pulling her free, a voice saying her name, dark eyes filled with concern. Jamal Brooks. A nurse enters, young, efficient, smile practiced but genuine. Good morning, Ms. Hartwick, how are you feeling? Like I was in a car accident. That's accurate. The nurse checks monitors, blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, all the numbers that separate living from dying. You're lucky, concussion, broken arm, some bruising, but nothing permanent. Lucky, Belle repeats. The word tastes wrong in her mouth. The door opens again. This time it's not a nurse. Detective Marcus Stone enters, 47 years old, black, graying hair, kind eyes that have seen too much, 25 years on the Atlanta Police Department, 15 in homicide, the kind of cop who still believes in justice even when the system doesn't. Ms. Hartwick, glad to see you're awake. Detective Stone, I wasn't expecting you. I wasn't expecting your accident either. Funny how things work out. He pulls a chair close to the bed, sits. His movements are slow, deliberate, giving her time to prepare for what's coming. Tell me about last night. Belle closes her eyes, searches her memory. I was driving home from the office, late. The weather was bad, I was going too fast, the tire blew, both front tires actually, then I was flipping, then burning, then a man pulled me out. Both front tires. Yes. Simultaneously. Yes. Stone pulls out a tablet, shows her photos, her Lamborghini, what's left of it, blackened metal and melted rubber. But in one photo taken before the fire consumed everything, the front wheels are visible. See that? Stone zooms in, points to the valve stem. That's scoring. Someone used a tool to weaken it, not enough to blow immediately, but enough that at high speed under stress, failure was inevitable. Belle's blood runs cold. Someone sabotaged my car. That's what my mechanic says. Both tires, same method, professional work, someone who knows how to make murder look like accident. The word hangs in the air, murder. Like my father. Stone nods, slow, sad, like your father. You think it's the same person. I think your father found something he shouldn't have. I think he was killed for it. And I think whoever killed him is now coming after you. Belle's hands clench the bedsheets. Her cast makes the movement awkward, painful. Then arrest them. I can't. I don't have proof. I don't have a suspect. All I have is 2 accidents that aren't accidents and a dead man who can't tell me what he knew. Then what do I do? Stone leans forward. You be careful, you trust no one. And you let me know if anything unusual happens, any threats, any suspicious activity, anything. Vincent Carrington. Stone's expression doesn't change, but something shifts in his eyes. Recognition. Your CFO. He showed me transfers yesterday. $8 million moved 3 days before my father died. Shell corporations, offshore accounts. When I asked questions, he got defensive. That's not evidence. But it's suspicious. Suspicious doesn't hold up in court. I need proof, documents, recordings, a paper trail that can't be explained away. Belle nods. Her mind is already working, already planning. What about the man who saved me, Jamal Brooks? Did you interview him? We did. He gave a statement. Said he saw the aftermath of the accident, pulled you out before the explosion. Very heroic. I want to thank him. I'll get you his contact information. Stone stands, moves to leave, then pauses at the door. Ms. Hartwick, your father came to me 3 weeks before he died, said he was being followed, said he found evidence of embezzlement at the company, asked me to open an investigation. I told him to bring me the evidence. He said he would. What evidence? He never told me. He died before we could meet again, and after his death the case was closed, political pressure from the top. I was told to let it go. Stone's jaw tightens. I don't let things go easy. He leaves. Belle lies back against her pillow. Her head spins, not from the concussion, from the implications. Her father knew. He found something. He was going to expose it, and he was killed for it. And now the same people are coming for her. The nurse returns. Ms. Hartwick, you have a visitor, a Mr. Carrington from your company. Belle's stomach clenches. Tell him I'm asleep, not accepting visitors. He's quite insistent. I don't care, no visitors. The nurse nods, leaves. Belle can hear voices in the hallway. Vincent's smooth baritone, insisting, the nurse standing firm. Finally, footsteps retreat. Belle releases a breath she didn't know she was holding. Her phone buzzes on the nightstand. News alert. Billionaire CEO survives assassination attempt. Mysterious hero saves Isabel Hartwick. Who is he? The story is everywhere. Cable news, social media trending on Twitter. Billionaire rescue, mystery hero. Traffic camera footage, grainy and pixelated, shows Jamal pulling her from the wreck. Shows him shielding her from the explosion with his own body. Shows him kneeling in the rain, checking her vitals with the precision of someone who knows exactly what they're doing. The internet is losing its mind. Everyone trying to identify him, trying to find him, trying to make him famous. Belle watches the video on repeat, studies the man who saved her life, his movements, his composure, the way he didn't hesitate, didn't film it for social media, didn't wait for someone else to help. He just acted. What kind of man does that? In 2024, when everyone is filming and nobody is helping, what kind of man just acts? Belle pulls up her company directory, finds the number for her head of security, calls. "This is Hartwick, I need you to find someone. Jamal Brooks, traffic cameras got his license plate. I want a full background, employment history, education, military service, everything. I want it in 2 hours." She hangs up, lies back, stares at the ceiling. Someone tried to kill her. Someone killed her father. And a stranger with kind eyes saved her life. The pieces are moving. The game is starting. Belle just has to figure out the rules before the next move gets her killed. 20 miles away in a small house in West End, Jamal Brooks wakes on his couch. He fell asleep in his clothes. Again. His back aches. His shoulder, where the explosion's shockwave hit him, throbs with a dull pain. Destiny stands over him, already dressed for school, cereal bowl in hand. "Daddy, you're on TV." Jamal blinks, sits up. "What?" She points to the small television. The news is on, and there he is, pulling Belle Hartwick from the burning Lamborghini. The footage plays on repeat while anchors speculate about his identity. Local hero rescues billionaire CEO Belle Hartwick. Sources say the man has been identified as Jamal Brooks, a mechanic and Uber driver from West End. Hartwick Capital has reportedly reached out to thank him personally. Jamal's phone starts ringing and doesn't stop. Unknown numbers, text messages, emails. His voicemail fills in seconds. Reporters, producers, people wanting interviews, offering money for his story, companies wanting to sponsor him. And one number he recognizes, Detective Stone. "Brooks, you've become famous." "I don't want to be famous." "Too late, it's already happening. Listen, I need to talk to you about last night, about Belle Hartwick. Can you come to the station?" "When?" "Now would be good." Jamal looks at Destiny, at the clock, at his phone still ringing with unknown numbers. "I'll be there in an hour." He hangs up, looks at his daughter. "Destiny, baby, we need to talk." "Are you in trouble?" "No, but things are about to get complicated." "Because you saved the rich lady." "Because I saved the rich lady." Destiny processes this, then shrugs. "You always help people, Daddy, even when they don't deserve it. That's who you are." Out of the mouths of babes. Jamal gets Destiny to school, ignoring the looks from other parents, the whispers, the phones pointed in his direction. By the time he reaches the police station, the story has gone national. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all running the same footage, the same story: local mechanic saves billionaire. The narrative practically writes itself. Underdog helps the powerful. David and Goliath. Feel-good story in a world that doesn't have enough of them. Jamal hates every second of it. Detective Stone meets him at the door, leads him to a private office, closes the blinds. "You've stepped in something, Brooks." "I just pulled a woman from a burning car." "You pulled Belle Hartwick from a burning car. 31-year-old CEO, 1.2 billion net worth, and someone's trying to kill her." Jamal goes very still. "What?" Stone shows him the photos, the valve stems, the scoring, the evidence of tampering. This was professional, someone who knows cars, who knows how to make murder look like mechanical failure. Jamal studies the photos, his engineering degree and his years as a mechanic combine. He sees what Stone sees: deliberate sabotage, precise, calculated. "You think this is connected to her father's death?" "I know it is. Robert Hartwick was murdered 6 months ago. Brake lines cut. Car went off a cliff. Investigation was shut down from above. Political pressure. Now his daughter almost dies the same way. Who benefits? That's what I need to find out, and I need your help. I'm a mechanic, not a detective. You were SEAL Team 6. You investigated terrorist financing. You know how to follow money, how to find patterns, how to build a case. Jamal shakes his head. That was a long time ago. Skills don't expire. I have a daughter. I can't put her at risk. Belle Hartwick is going to come looking for you, to thank you, to offer you money. When she does, I need you to accept. Get close to her. Help her investigate her father's death. Find evidence I can use. You want me to spy on her? I want you to help her find the truth, before whoever killed her father finishes the job. Jamal stands, moves to the window, looks out at the city, at people going about their lives, unaware, unconcerned, safe in their ignorance. He thinks about the note in his pocket. They know, get out, Dad. He thinks about a woman alone in a hospital bed, a target on her back, no one to trust. He thinks about destiny, about the example he's setting, about what he's teaching her by his choices. Help or walk away. Justice or safety. The choice should be simple. But nothing is ever simple when you have a child depending on you. If I do this, Jamal says slowly, I need protection for Destiny and my mother. They can't become collateral damage. I'll arrange it. Unmarked patrol near your house. Eyes on the school. They'll be safe. Promise me. Stone stands, extends his hand. You have my word. Jamal shakes. The deal is made. He's no longer just a mechanic trying to make rent. He's an undercover investigator in a billionaire's world. And somewhere out there, a killer is watching, waiting, planning their next move. The game has begun. And Jamal Brooks just became a player. Written for YouTube storytelling. Target 6,800 to 7,500 words. Optimized for text-to-speech narration. Scene 4, First Confrontation. 3 days pass like water through cupped hands, fast, unstoppable, leaving nothing but the memory of what was. Jamal tries to return to normal, tries to be just another mechanic, just another single dad, just another man grinding through life one shift at a time. But normal is gone. His phone rings constantly. Reporters, producers, people wanting interviews, wanting his story, wanting to turn his moment of humanity into content, into clicks, into cash. He ignores them all. What he can't ignore is the black SUV that parks across from his house. Different license plate each day, but always there, always watching. Detective Stone's protection, or something else. Jamal doesn't know, and not knowing makes him careful, makes him aware, makes him check sight lines and escape routes without thinking about it. Old habits from a life he thought he left behind. On the third morning after the rescue, a package arrives. FedEx, overnight, signature required. Inside, an envelope, heavy stock, expensive, the kind that rich people use because they can. Jamal opens it. A handwritten note on letterhead, Hartwick Capital, the logo embossed in gold. Mr. Brooks, I need to see you to thank you properly, to return something that belongs to you tomorrow, 2 p.m., my office. Please come. I'm also offering you consulting work. $5,000 per week to help me investigate something important. We can discuss when you arrive. Bell. Below that, a phone number, private line, direct. And at the bottom, in smaller script, I know about the note, we need to talk. Jamal's blood runs cold. The note, the warning from her father. They know, get out, Dad. She knows he has it, knows he kept it, knows he's evidence or witness or both. He should throw it away, burn it, forget he ever saw it, walk away from this whole mess before it swallows him. He should. But Jamal Brooks was raised by a woman who taught him that should and would are different words for a reason. That character is what you do when walking away is easier, when doing right costs you something. And this will cost him. He can feel it in his bones, can sense it in the way the SUV across the street idles just a little too long, can taste it in the air like ozone before lightning. But a woman's father was murdered. That same woman almost died, and Jamal holds evidence that might matter, that might make a difference, that might bring a killer to justice. He picks up his phone, calls the number. Bell answers on the first ring, like she's been waiting. Mr. Brooks, I got your note. Will you come? I have a condition. Silent, not surprised silence, considering silence. Name it. I bring my daughter. I don't have childcare tomorrow. She comes with me or I don't come at all. More silence. Then, of course, I'll have my assistant arrange for a child care room. She can watch movies, play games, whatever she needs. No special treatment. She sits with me. Mr. Brooks, my offices aren't exactly child-friendly. Then we meet somewhere else. A pause, then something that might be a laugh, small, surprised. You don't make things easy, do you? Easy doesn't interest me. Right does. Fine, bring her. She sits with you. I'll clear my afternoon. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. The call ends. Jamal stares at his phone, at the note, at the life he's about to walk into. Destiny appears in the doorway, homework in hand, confused expression on her face. Daddy, who was that? The lady I helped. She wants to say thank you. Are we going to see her? Tomorrow, you and me, together. Destiny's face lights up. Really, I can come. You can come, but you have to promise me something. You stay close to me. You don't wander. You listen to everything I say. Can you do that? She nods, serious now, reading his tone, understanding that this is important. I promise, Daddy. He pulls her close, hugs her, breathes in the smell of her hair, she butter and innocence, the smell of everything he's fighting for. I love you, baby girl. I love you too, Daddy. That night Jamal doesn't sleep. He sits in his garage, tools spread around him, working on a transmission that doesn't need work, just keeping his hands busy, keeping his mind sharp. The morning comes too fast. Jamal dresses in his best clothes, which isn't saying much. Khaki pants, button-down shirt, clean but old. The kind of outfit that screams working class no matter how much you iron it. Destiny wears her church dress, pink with white flowers. Her hair is perfect, 2 puffs with ribbons. She looks like hope personified. They drive downtown in the old Camry. The car makes weird noises, needs work. Jamal makes a mental note to check the suspension this weekend, if he has a weekend, if this doesn't all explode in his face. Hartwick Capitol Tower rises from the Atlanta skyline like a monument to money. Glass and steel, 49 floors, each one housing dreams built on decimal points and interest rates. Jamal parks in visitor parking, $3 for the first 30 minutes. He pays with quarters. Destiny holds his hand as they walk to the entrance. The lobby is intimidating by design. Marble floors, water features, art that probably costs more than a house. Security desk with guards who look like they've done time in military or prison or both. Jamal approaches the desk. The guard looks up, sees Jamal's clothes, sees Destiny. His expression shifts, not hostile, but not welcoming either. The look of someone who knows you don't belong and wants you to know he knows. Help you. Jamal Brooks, I have an appointment with Ms. Hartwick. The guard checks his computer. His eyebrows rise slightly, surprised. He picks up a phone, speaks quietly, hangs up. 49th floor. Ms. Hartwick will see you immediately. He hands Jamal a visitor badge. Plastic, temporary, the physical manifestation of not belonging. The elevator is glass, shows the city falling away as they rise. Destiny presses her face to the window, amazed. Daddy, we're so high. We are, baby. Is this where the rich lady works? It is. It's fancy. It is that. Other people in the elevator, men in suits, women in power outfits, everyone on their phones, everyone looking important, everyone pretending Jamal and Destiny don't exist. Except one woman, mid-40s, kind eyes, she smiles at Destiny. That's a beautiful dress. Destiny beams. Thank you, Daddy says I can wear it on special days. This must be a very special day. It is, we're meeting the lady Daddy saved. The woman's expression changes, recognition. You're Jamal Brooks, the hero from the news. Every eye in the elevator turns. Suddenly Jamal is visible. Suddenly he matters. I'm just a mechanic. You're more than that. What you did was incredible. The elevator chimes. 49th floor, the doors open. Jamal takes Destiny's hand, steps out. The elevator closes behind them, cutting off retreat, committing them forward. The reception area is beautiful and cold at the same time. Modern art, leather furniture, a receptionist who looks like she stepped out of a magazine. Mr. Brooks, Ms. Hartwick is expecting you. She leads them through a maze of offices, glass walls, open floor plans, people working at computers, making calls, moving money around the world with keystrokes and confidence. They reach a corner office. The receptionist knocks, opens the door. Belle Hartwick stands at the window, looking out at the city she commands. She turns. She's thinner than Jamal remembers, paler. The bandage is gone from her forehead, but a scar remains. Her arm is still in a cast, but she's dressed immaculately. White suit, hair perfect, armor made of fabric and confidence. Her eyes find Jamal, then Destiny. Something in her expression softens. Mr. Brooks, thank you for coming. Ms. Hartwick. Please call me Belle. She kneels down, eye level with Destiny. And you must be Destiny. Your dad told me about you. Destiny looks at Jamal. He nods. Permission granted. Hi, you're the lady my daddy saved. I am. Your daddy is very brave. I know, he's the bravest person ever. Belle smiles. A real smile, not the boardroom smile, not the camera smile. The human smile that suggests there's still someone alive under the CEO mask. I brought you something. Belle pulls a stuffed unicorn from behind her desk, pink and sparkly, the kind of toy that costs $50 at a boutique. Do you like unicorns? Destiny's eyes go wide. I love unicorns. Then this one is yours. Destiny takes it, hugs it, looks at Jamal. Can I keep it? Jamal's pride wars with practicality. He wants to say no, wants to refuse charity, wants to teach his daughter that you don't take things from rich strangers. But he sees Belle's face, sees that this gesture means something to her, sees that maybe she needs to give this more than Destiny needs to receive it. You can keep it, what do you say? Thank you, Miss Belle. Belle touches Destiny's hair gently. You're welcome, sweetheart. There's a couch over there by the window. You can sit and play while your dad and I talk. Is that okay? Destiny nods, runs to the couch, settles in with her new unicorn. Lost in the imagination only 7-year-olds can access so completely. Belle stands, faces Jamal. The softness hardens back into business. I owe you my life. You don't owe me anything. That's what Detective Stone said you'd say. She moves to her desk, opens a folder. This is what I want to talk to you about. My father's death, the attempt on my life. I need help investigating, real help, from someone who can't be bought, someone with integrity. She slides documents across the desk, financial records, wire transfers. The $8 million moved 3 days before her father died. Detective Stone showed me the evidence. Your car was sabotaged, just like your father's. I know, and I think I know who did it. Vincent Carrington, my CFO, my father's best friend. Her voice hardens. His murderer. That's a serious accusation. I have evidence, or the beginning of evidence, but I need someone who knows how to investigate, how to build a case, someone the police will believe. She looks at him directly. I'm offering you $5,000 a week, consulting work. Help me find proof. Help me bring my father's killer to justice. I'm not a detective. You were a Navy SEAL. You investigated terrorist financing. You know how to follow money, how to find patterns. That was a long time ago. Skills don't expire, she pauses. I know you have debt, hospital bills. I know you're struggling. This isn't charity, it's a job. You'd be earning it. Jamal is silent, torn. The money would change everything, would pay off debt, would give Destiny security, would let him breathe for the first time in 2 years. But it would also pull him into a world of danger, of murder, of powerful people who kill to protect secrets. Before he can answer, the office door opens without knocking. A man enters, late 50s, silver hair, expensive suit, smile that doesn't touch his eyes. Vincent Carrington, Chief Financial Officer, Belle's father's best friend, the man Detective Stone suspects of murder. Belle, darling, I heard you had a visitor. His eyes slide to Jamal, assess, dismiss. Ah, our hero. He extends a hand. Jamal shakes it. Vincent's grip is a test, trying to dominate, trying to intimidate. Jamal doesn't flinch, doesn't give, just meets strength with strength until Vincent lets go first. Mr. Brooks, Belle tells me she's offering you work. How generous of her. She's offering me a job. I'm considering it. Vincent's smile sharpens. A job in what capacity? Security, maintenance. He lets his eyes travel over Jamal's clothes. Surely not anything requiring expertise. Financial investigation, building evidence cases, the kind of work I did in the military. Vincent's expression flickers, just for a second, surprise, concern. Then the mask returns. Military, how fascinating. What branch? Navy, Special Operations. And now you're a mechanic, quite a fall. Jamal's jaw tightens, but his voice stays calm. I chose my daughter over my career. Some people call that falling, I call it priorities. Belle steps forward. Vincent, Mr. Brooks and I are in the middle of a private meeting. We'll discuss this later. Of course, I just wanted to welcome our new consultant. He turns to leave, pauses at the door. Oh, and Mr. Brooks, a word of advice. You're entering a complicated world with complicated people. Make sure you understand what you're getting into. He leaves, the door closes. The air in the room feels different, heavier, more dangerous. Belle looks at Jamal. That's Vincent. That's who I think killed my father. He just threatened me, subtly, but it was a threat. He does that, makes you feel small, makes you question yourself. He's been doing it to me since my father died. Jamal looks at Destiny, at his daughter playing innocently with her unicorn, unaware of the danger swirling around her. I need to think about this. Of course, but think quickly. Whoever killed my father is still out there, and they're not going to stop until I'm dead too. I'll call you tomorrow with my answer. He takes Destiny's hand, they leave. As they wait for the elevator, Jamal feels eyes on him, looks up. Vincent stands at a window on a higher floor, watching. His expression is cold, calculating. Jamal holds his daughter closer. The elevator arrives, they step in. The doors close. As they descend, Jamal makes his decision. He's going to take the job. Not for the money, though God knows he needs it. For justice, for a murdered man who can't speak for himself, for a daughter who almost lost her father, for the principle that evil shouldn't win just because it's powerful. But he's going to do it his way, with his rules, and with protection for the people he loves. Because Vincent Carrington just made a mistake. He threatened the wrong man. Scene 5, investigation begins. The next morning, Jamal calls Belle, accepts the job, sets his conditions. I work on my terms, I investigate my way, I report to you and only you. Vincent doesn't know, nobody else knows, just you, me, and Detective Stone. Agreed. And if I find evidence that you're involved, I turn you in. Belle doesn't flinch. I'm not involved, but I accept your terms. The partnership begins. 1 week passes, 7 days of late nights and early mornings, of files and spreadsheets and financial records, of building a case piece by careful piece. Belle gives him access, computer files, wire transfers, everything her father touched in his last 6 months alive. They work in Belle's penthouse, safer than the office, more private, away from Vincent's eyes. The penthouse is exactly what you'd expect. Floor-to-ceiling windows, view of Atlanta that costs more per month than most people make in a year, furniture that belongs in museums, art on the walls worth more than Jamal's house. But it's empty, not of things, of life, like a stage set, beautiful and hollow. Belle makes coffee, real coffee from beans that probably cost $50 a pound. It tastes like heaven. Jamal tries not to show how much he appreciates it. They spread files across her dining room table, documents, spreadsheets, bank statements, the architecture of a fortune built over 40 years. Jamal's MIT training kicks in, pattern recognition, data analysis, finding signal in noise. Here, he points to a wire transfer. $8 million, moved to a shell corporation 3 days before your father died. Belle leans in. Her perfume is subtle, expensive, distracting. Jamal forces himself to focus. The same transfer Vincent showed me. He said it was an oversight. $8 million isn't an oversight. Jamal pulls up another document. Look at the routing number, Cayman Islands. This isn't illegal necessarily, but it's definitely hidden. Can you trace it? Maybe. Shell corporations are designed to hide ownership, but nothing is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. He opens his laptop, starts running searches, banking databases, corporate registries, public records. The internet is a beautiful thing when you know how to use it. 2 hours pass. Coffee becomes dinner. Pizza because Belle admits she doesn't cook. Destiny falls asleep on the couch, exhausted by a day in a world so different from her own. Jamal covers her with a throw blanket, kisses her forehead, returns to work. At midnight, he finds something. Got it. Belle looks up from her own computer, eyes tired, hope flickering. What? The shell corporation. It's owned by another shell corporation, which is owned by another, 3 layers deep, but the final owner, he turns his laptop, shows her the screen, VC Holdings. Belle's face goes white. Vincent Carrington. Can't prove it yet. VC could be anyone, but the pattern fits. He sets up shells, moves your father's money into them, takes his cut, and when your father figured it out, Vincent killed him. We don't have proof of that. But we have motive. $8 million is motive. It's a start. Jamal closes his laptop, rubs his eyes. But we need more: bank records, emails, something that connects Vincent directly to the transfers and to your father's death. How do we get that? You're the CEO. You have access to everything. Vincent controls the IT department. He'll know if I access his files. Then we don't access them digitally. We do it old school. What's old school? Jamal smiles, tired but genuine. We break into his office. Belle stares at him. You're serious? I'm serious. This weekend, when the building is empty, you get us in. I handle the rest. I've never broken into anything in my life. Good thing you hired someone who has. They sit in silence, the weight of what they're planning settling over them. Belle speaks first, soft, vulnerable. Why are you helping me, really? Because someone tried to kill you, and that's wrong. But you have a daughter, a life. You're risking everything for a stranger. Jamal looks at Destiny, sleeping peacefully, trusting him to keep her safe. My wife died 2 years ago, cancer. We couldn't afford the experimental treatments, the ones that might have saved her. We went into debt anyway, nearly $100,000, and she died anyway. Belle's hand covers her mouth. I'm so sorry. When she was dying, she made me promise something. She said, don't let this make you hard. Don't let this make you stop caring. The world needs people who still give a damn. Jamal's voice cracks, just slightly. So yeah, I have a daughter, I have debt. I have every reason to walk away, but I promised Shanice I'd keep caring, and that means helping you, even if it costs me. Belle reaches across the table, takes his hand. The touch is electric, unexpected, human. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. We might not find anything. Or worse, we might find something and not live long enough to use it. Optimistic. Realistic. She doesn't let go of his hand, and he doesn't pull away. They sit like that, 2 people from different worlds, connected by violence and loss and the fragile hope that justice might still mean something. The moment breaks when Destiny stirs, murmurs something in her sleep. Jamal pulls his hand back, stands. I should get her home. Of course. Belle walks them to the door. Jamal, that thing I said about paying you, I meant it. $5,000 a week, you need it, and you've earned it. I'll take it, but not for me, for Destiny, for her future, for college, for a life better than mine. She already has something better than money. What's that? You. The words hit harder than they should. Jamal carries his sleeping daughter to the elevator, to the car, to the life waiting below. As he drives home through empty streets, something shifts inside him. This isn't just about justice anymore. It's about something else, something he's not ready to name yet. Something that feels dangerously like hope. Scene 6, the board meeting trap. By Friday of that first week, Belle makes her move. She calls an emergency board meeting. Hartwick Capitol Conference Room, 37th floor, glass walls, long table, 12 board members, all men except Belle, all older, all certain they know better. Vincent sits at the far end, calm, collected, ready. Belle stands at the head, her father's place, a position she inherited but hasn't claimed until now. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on short notice. I've called this meeting because I'm initiating a full audit. Every financial transaction from the past 18 months, every account, every transfer, full transparency. The room erupts, protests, questions, concerns about investor confidence. Vincent raises his hand. Silence falls. His power in the room is obvious. Bell, that's extreme. An audit will alarm investors, suggest impropriety, tank our stock price. My father died under suspicious circumstances. 6 months later, someone tried to kill me. I have evidence of unauthorized transfers. I will find out who's responsible. Evidence? Vincent's tone is patronizing, dismissive. What evidence? $8 million moved to shell corporations 3 days before my father died. Transfers you signed off on. Every eye turns to Vincent. He doesn't flinch. Those transfers were legitimate business expenses, tax optimization, perfectly legal. Then you won't mind explaining them, in detail, to federal auditors. Vincent's mask cracks just for a second. Rage flashes across his face. Then the smile returns. If you insist on this course, you'll find nothing, because there's nothing to find. Your father's death was a tragic accident. Your car accident was mechanical failure. You're seeing conspiracies where none exist. Then prove it. Open your books. Let the auditors examine everything. I don't have to prove anything. I've been with this company for 30 years. Your father trusted me. The board trusts me. He looks around the table, sees nods, sees support. Do you trust me, Bell? Or are you going to destroy your father's legacy chasing shadows? It's a power play. Brilliant, manipulative, forcing her to choose between investigation and loyalty. Bell doesn't hesitate. I'm also hiring new security, starting today, someone I trust, someone who can't be bought. The doors open. Jamal enters, wearing a suit Bell bought him, still looking uncomfortable, still looking like he doesn't belong, but walking with the confidence of a man who's faced worse than boardrooms. This is Jamal Brooks, former Navy SEAL, MIT graduate, financial investigator. He'll be leading the audit. He reports directly to me. Anyone who obstructs him answers to me. The board stares, confused, suspicious, seeing a black mechanic in a cheap suit and wondering if their CEO has lost her mind. Vincent stands, slow, deliberate, walks to Jamal, extends his hand. Mr. Brooks, welcome to Hartwick Capital. I'm sure this will be educational. Jamal shakes. Vincent's grip is crushing, testing, threatening. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Carrington. Vincent, please, we're all friends here. Are we? Vincent's smile freezes. Of course, why wouldn't we be? No reason, just clarifying. The meeting ends. Board members file out, muttering, concerned, loyalty lines being drawn. When everyone's gone except Bell and Jamal, Vincent lingers at the doorway, turns back. His expression has changed. The friendly mask is gone. What's underneath is cold, calculating, dangerous. He doesn't say anything, just looks at Jamal, a long, measuring look, then at Bell, then back to Jamal. Then he leaves. Bell exhales. He's going to come after us now. Let him, we're ready. Are we? Jamal looks at her, at this woman who just stood up to a room full of powerful men, who just put her career, her reputation, her life on the line for truth. Yeah, we're ready. But that night as Jamal drives home, his phone buzzes. Text message, unknown number. I know what you're doing. Stop now. This is your last warning. Next time I won't be polite. Your daughter is very pretty. It would be a shame if something happened to her. Jamal's blood turns to ice. He pulls over, reads the message again, every word, every implied threat. They're threatening Destiny. He calls Detective Stone immediately. They just threatened my daughter. Forward me the message. I'm putting a unit on your house, 24/7. Nobody gets near her. Is that enough? Stone's silence is answer enough. Jamal hangs up, sits in his car, hands shaking, not with fear, with rage. Whoever sent that message just made a fatal mistake. They just showed Jamal exactly how scared they are. And scared people make mistakes. Jamal saves the number, screenshots the message, adds it to the evidence file. Then he makes a promise to himself. He will end this before they can touch his daughter, before they can hurt anyone else. No matter what it costs. No matter what he has to do. This ends now. Scene 7, the kidnapping. Friday afternoon, the following week, 2 weeks since Jamal took the job. Mrs. Lorraine is supposed to pick Destiny up from school, standard routine, wave to the teachers, chat with other parents, normal, safe, predictable. But Jamal's phone rings at 3:15 p.m., his mother crying. They took her, Jamal, they took my baby. The world stops. What, who took her? Men, black SUV, said they were from Hartwick, said Bell sent them, they showed badges, I tried to stop them, they pushed me down, they took Destiny. Jamal's blood turns to ice, his vision tunnels, his SEAL training kicks in, emotion off, mission mode on. Where are you? At the school, the police are here. I'm coming, don't move, don't talk to anyone else. He hangs up, calls Belle, she answers immediately. Did you send anyone to pick up Destiny? What, no, why would I? Someone took her, used your company's name, black SUV, 2 men, they have my daughter. Silence, horrible, suffocating. Then Belle's voice, shaking, Vincent, it has to be Vincent. Where would he take her? I don't know, Jamal, I'm so sorry. His phone buzzes, video message, unknown number. He opens it. The screen shows Destiny, tied to a chair, crying, scared but trying to be brave, a warehouse, industrial, empty. A voice speaks, distorted, electronic. You have something we want, Brooks, the evidence, the files, everything you've collected. Bring it to the address I'm texting. Come alone, no police, no Bell, just you and the evidence. You have 2 hours or the girl dies. The video cuts off. An address pops up, Industrial District, East Atlanta, abandoned warehouses and broken dreams. Jamal stands in his garage, his hands shake, his breathing is fast, panic trying to take over. He closes his eyes, counts to 5, remembers his training, panic kills, action saves. He opens his go bag, the one he hasn't touched in 5 years, military surplus, packed for deployment. Inside, tactical gear, body armor, weapons, tools, everything a SEAL might need. He straps on the vest, checks his sidearm, loads magazines, counts rounds, 17 per mag, 3 mags, 51 chances to get his daughter back. His phone rings, Bell. I'm coming with you. No. She's bait for me, not you. Vincent wants to kill me. This is my fault. This is nobody's fault but his. You stay safe. Call Detective Stone. Tell him what's happening. Jamal, please, let me help. You want to help, stay alive. Be ready to testify when this is over. That's how you help. He hangs up, grabs his keys, stops at the door. On the wall, Shanice's photo. He touches it. Baby, I need you now. I need your strength. I need your courage. Help me bring our girl home. He drives fast, not reckless, controlled speed, the kind you use in combat zones when every second matters but dying helps nobody. The warehouse district rises from urban decay. Buildings that used to make things, used to employ people, used to matter, now just shells, empty, forgotten. The address is a 3-story brick building. Windows broken, graffiti on the walls, 3 vehicles outside, black SUVs, professional, organized. Jamal parks 2 blocks away, approaches on foot, silent, invisible, moving through shadows like a ghost. Years of training activate, muscle memory, spatial awareness, threat assessment. 3 vehicles, 2 men per vehicle minimum, 6 hostiles, maybe more inside. Armed, definitely. Professional, probably. Trained, maybe. Jamal is one man, against 6 or more, with his daughter's life as stakes. The odds are bad. But Jamal has faced worse. He circles the building, looking for entry points, for sight lines, for weaknesses. A loading dock, door slightly open, dark inside. He slips through, lets his eyes adjust. The warehouse is huge, 3 stories, open floor plan, catwalks, offices, 1,000 places to hide, 1,000 places to die. Voices echo from the center. He moves toward them, silent, careful, every step calculated. He reaches a vantage point, 2nd floor catwalk, looks down. Center of the warehouse, Destiny tied to a chair, crying but trying to be brave. Around her 5 men, armed, professional gear, military bearing. And standing over her, Vincent Carrington in person, hands in pockets, calm, like this is just another business meeting. Nothing personal, little one, just business. Your father should have stayed in his lane, should have taken the money and disappeared, but he had to be noble, had to be righteous, and now you pay the price. Destiny looks up at him, 7 years old and terrified, but her voice is steady. My daddy's going to stop you. Vincent laughs. Your daddy is one man. I have 5 trained professionals, plus every resource money can buy. He's already lost. You don't know my daddy. I know enough. He's a mechanic playing hero, and heroes die. A sound behind Jamal, footsteps, a guard on patrol. Jamal moves, fast, silent, closes the distance. Arm around throat, pressure on carotid, 4 seconds, the guard goes limp, unconscious. Jamal lowers him gently, takes his weapon, his radio, his tactical vest. Now he's armed, now he has options. He keys the radio, mimics the guard's voice. Clear on 2nd floor, heading to 3rd for sweep. A voice crackles back, copy. Jamal moves. He has maybe 3 minutes before they realize the guard isn't responding. He reaches the 3rd floor, finds what he needs. Old electrical box, still active, controls power to the whole building. He pulls the main breaker. The lights go out. Darkness complete, total. Below chaos, voices shouting, flashlights clicking on, confusion. Jamal moves. Night vision would be better, but he trained for this, trained to move in darkness, to hunt without sight. He descends, silent, lethal, a predator in the dark. First target, guard on the perimeter. Jamal comes up behind, disarms him, choke hold, down. Second target, guard moving toward Destiny. Jamal intercepts, quick strike to the throat, pressure point on neck, down. Third target, sees Jamal coming, raises weapon. Jamal is faster, disarms, breaks wrist, knee to solar plexus, down. 3 down, 2 plus Vincent remaining. Flashlights converge on Jamal's position. He's exposed, in the open. Gunfire erupts, muzzle flashes in the dark, bullets snap past his head. Jamal dives behind a concrete pillar, Returns fire, controlled bursts, 2 shots, 1 target down. 1 guard remains, plus Vincent. The guard is smart, cautious, using destiny as a shield, gun to her head. Drop the weapon or I kill her. Jamal steps into the light, hands up, gun lowered but not dropped. Don't hurt her. This is between me and Vincent. Vincent appears from the shadows, gun in hand, pointing at Jamal. Finally, a reasonable conversation. Drop the gun, Brooks, kick it away, or my man pulls the trigger. Jamal looks at his daughter, sees her trying to be brave, sees her trusting him to fix this. He lowers the gun, slides it across the floor. Good, now we can talk like civilized people. Civilized people don't kidnap children. Civilized people don't investigate things that don't concern them. You should have taken the money, should have walked away, but you had to be noble. Vincent shakes his head. Nobility is expensive, usually fatal. Let her go, this is between us. It stopped being just between us when you stuck your nose in my business, when you helped Belle, when you started collecting evidence. Evidence that proves you embezzled $67 million. Evidence that proves you killed Robert Hartwick. Evidence that's already with the police. Vincent's composure cracks. You're lying. Am I? You think I'd come here without insurance? Detective Stone has everything, every transfer, every shell corporation, every connection to you. If I don't walk out of here with my daughter, he goes public. You lose everything. Then you just guaranteed your deaths. Vincent raises his gun, points it at Destiny. Time slows. Jamal's body moves before his mind catches up. Muscle memory, training, instinct. He pulls a knife from his boot, throws it 8 feet, perfect accuracy. The blade buries in Vincent's gun hand. He screams. The gun falls. The guard pivots, confused, split-second hesitation. Jamal closes the distance. 5 feet, 3 feet, contact. He disarms the guard, breaks his arm, sweeps his legs. The man goes down hard. Jamal grabs Destiny, cuts her bonds, pulls her close. I got you, baby, I got you. She clings to him, sobbing, Daddy. Sirens wail outside, getting closer. Red and blue lights flash through broken windows. Detective Stone crashes through the door, SWAT team behind him, weapons drawn. Police, nobody move. Vincent clutches his bleeding hand, rage and defeat warring on his face. Stone approaches, cuffs him, reads him his rights. Vincent Carrington, you're under arrest for kidnapping, attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and about 30 other charges we'll add later. Vincent looks at Jamal, hatred burning in his eyes. This isn't over. Yeah, it is. Stone leads Vincent away. Paramedics rush to Destiny, check her over. She's scared but unharmed. Belle arrives, running, frantic. She sees Jamal and Destiny. Relief floods her face. Oh, thank God, thank God. She reaches for Destiny, hugs her, the two of them holding each other while Jamal watches. His daughter is safe. The killer is caught. Justice is served. But as Jamal looks at his shaking hands, at the violence he just committed, at the life he's been pulled back into, he knows the cost. And he knows it will take time to pay. For now, he just holds his family close and tries to remember how to breathe. Written for YouTube storytelling. Target 6,800 to 7,500 words. Optimized for text-to-speech narration. Scene 8, the aftermath. The hospital smells like antiseptic and fear. Destiny sits on an examination table, Small, fragile, but alive. A pediatrician checks her vitals, blood pressure, heart rate, reflexes, looking for trauma beyond the physical, looking for cracks in a 7-year-old soul. She's okay, the doctor says. Physically, she's fine, no injuries, but emotionally, she trails off, looks at Jamal. Watch for nightmares, anxiety, regression. Kids process trauma differently. She might seem fine now and fall apart later. Jamal nods, takes notes. Everything the doctor says, everything he needs to know, everything he needs to watch for. Belle sits in the corner, silent. Watching, her face is pale, her hands shake. She's been crying, still is, quietly, tears she can't stop. This is her fault. That's what her expression says. Her company, her CFO, her investigation that put a child in danger. When the doctor leaves, Destiny looks at Belle, really looks at her. Miss Belle, why are you sad? Belle wipes her eyes, tries to smile, fails. Because you got hurt because of me. It's not your fault, it's the bad man's fault. But if I hadn't asked your dad to help me, then Daddy wouldn't have caught the bad man, and the bad man would have hurt more people. Destiny's logic is simple, clear, 7-year-old wisdom that cuts through complexity. Daddy says sometimes you have to do hard things because they're right, not because they're easy. Belle breaks, sobs, full body shaking, all the control, all the composure, all the armor she's worn since her father died. It cracks, it shatters. Destiny slides off the examination table, walks to Belle, hugs her, small arms around a billionaire's shoulders, offering comfort the way children do, pure, unconditional. It's okay, Miss Belle, we're safe now. Daddy saved us. Belle holds her, clings to her, like Destiny is an anchor in a storm. Jamal watches. His heart breaks and heals at the same time. His daughter, teaching grace to someone who forgot how to receive it. An hour later, they're cleared to leave. Detective Stone meets them in the parking lot. We got him, Vincent's in custody. No bail, DA is throwing everything at him. Kidnapping, attempted murder, conspiracy, embezzlement. We found everything in his office. Files, records, recordings. He kept trophies. Your father's watch, Belle, documents proving he cut the brake lines. Belle closes her eyes, breathes. He really did kill my father. He really did. And he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. How long until trial? 3 to 6 months. Federal prosecutors want to build an airtight case. They'll need your testimony, both of you. Jamal nods, we'll be there. Stone looks at him, at the exhaustion, at the toll this has taken. You did good, Brooks, saved your daughter, caught a killer, that's a win. Doesn't feel like a win. Never does, not when it costs this much. Stone leaves. Jamal, Belle, and Destiny stand in the parking lot, under fluorescent lights, the city humming around them, normal life continuing while theirs has been shattered and reformed. I should get her home, Jamal says. Of course, Belle hesitates. Can I come with you? I don't want to be alone right now. Jamal looks at her, really looks, sees the vulnerability, the fear, the need. Yeah, you can come. They drive to Jamal's house, the small house in West End. Belle's never been here, never seen how the other half lives. She steps inside, sees the worn furniture, the old appliances, the calendar on the wall with bills marked in red, the life Jamal has been living while she slept in a penthouse. Mrs. Lorraine is waiting. She sweeps Destiny into her arms, holds her, thanks God, makes promises about extra dessert and late bedtimes. Destiny goes willingly, exhausted, running on fumes. Jamal and Belle sit in the living room, on the couch that's seen better days, in the house that's small but clean, poor but proud. This is where you live, Belle says. not judging, just observing. This is home. She searches for words. It's warm, real. It feels like people actually live here. My penthouse feels like a museum. You could change that. I don't know how. I grew up in foster care, group homes. I never had a real home until I built my own, and even then I didn't know how to make it feel like this. They sit in silence, the kind of silence that's comfortable, that doesn't need filling. Belle speaks first. I'm sorry for everything, for dragging you into this, for putting destiny in danger, for... Stop. Jamal's voice is gentle but firm. None of this is your fault. Vincent made his choices. We made ours. Destiny's safe. That's what matters. Is it? Because I don't feel like anything is safe. I feel like my whole world is built on lies. Like everyone I trusted was using me. Like I can't tell who's real and who's pretending. Jamal turns to face her. I'm real. I know, that's what scares me. Why? Because I'm falling in love with you. And I don't know if that's real or if it's just gratitude, or trauma bonding, or desperation. I don't know how to tell the difference anymore. The confession hangs in the air, raw, honest, terrifying. Jamal doesn't respond immediately. Can't, because he's feeling the same thing, the pull, the connection, the terrifying possibility that this could be something real. Belle, you don't have to say anything. I just needed you to know, because tomorrow you might decide this is too complicated, that I'm too much trouble, that your daughter deserves better than a woman whose CFO tried to kill her. And you'd be right. But before you decide, I needed you to know that what I feel is real, even if nothing else is. She stands, moves toward the door. Jamal catches her hand, stops her. I'm falling too, that's what scares me. She turns, eyes wide, hopeful, afraid. I haven't felt anything since Shanice died. 2 years of just surviving, just going through motions, and then you crash into my life. Literally. And suddenly I'm feeling again, caring again, wanting again. And it terrifies me because what if I lose you too? What if I let myself love you and you die? I can't survive that again. I barely survived it the first time. Belle steps closer, close enough that he can smell her perfume, feel her warmth. I can't promise I won't die. Nobody can promise that. But I can promise that right now in this moment I'm alive. We're both alive, and maybe that's enough. She kisses him, soft, tentative, a question more than a statement. Jamal kisses back, answers the question, yes. Yes, this is real. Yes, this is worth the risk. They break apart, breathing hard, foreheads touching. I need time, Jamal says, to process, to figure out how to be a father and a partner, to make sure Destiny is okay with this. Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. She leaves, and Jamal sits in his living room, in his small house, with his sleeping daughter down the hall. And for the first time in 2 years, he lets himself hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, life can be good again. Scene 9, the trial. 3 months pass like pages turning in a book, fast but deliberate, each day building on the last. Fall arrives, leaves turn gold and red. The world transforms while Jamal and Belle rebuild their lives piece by careful piece. Destiny goes to therapy, twice a week, learning to process trauma, learning that it's okay to be scared, learning that nightmares don't mean you're broken. She has them still, wakes crying. Jamal holds her, tells her she's safe, tells her the bad man can't hurt her anymore. Slowly, gradually, she heals. Jamal and Belle see each other, but carefully, taking it slow. Dinner once a week, coffee on Saturdays, building something real on a foundation that won't crack under pressure. Belle meets Destiny for ice cream, for movies, for homework help, not trying to replace Shanice, just trying to be present, to be real, to earn the right to be part of their lives. And Destiny, with the resilience of youth, accepts her, welcomes her, makes room in her heart for someone new. One Saturday afternoon, 3 weeks before the trial, the three of them are at the park. Destiny plays on the swings. Jamal and Belle sit on a bench, watching, not touching but close enough to feel each other's warmth. "Miss Belle," Destiny calls out, "can you push me higher?" Belle stands, walks to the swings, pushes. Destiny squeals with delight. "Higher, higher." Belle laughs, a real laugh, the kind that comes from joy, not politeness. Jamal watches. Something tight in his chest loosens. This could work. This strange, improbable family, this could actually work. After the park, they get ice cream. Destiny orders strawberry, gets it all over her face. Belle tries to help clean her up, makes it worse. They both end up laughing. Jamal takes a mental photograph. This moment, this ordinary, beautiful, perfect moment. "Daddy," Destiny asks on the drive home, "is Miss Belle going to be around forever?" Jamal glances at Belle in the passenger seat. She's pretending to look out the window, but he can see her listening, waiting. "Would you want that?" "Yeah, I like her. She's nice. And she makes you smile the way you used to smile with Mommy." Belle's hand covers her mouth, tears in her eyes. Jamal reaches over, takes her hand. "Then yeah, baby, I think she's going to be around forever." In the rearview mirror, he sees Destiny smile. Perfect. The trial begins on a Monday in October. Federal courthouse, downtown Atlanta, media circus outside, cameras, reporters, the story of the year. Billionaire CEO murdered by his own CFO, his daughter almost killed, a mechanic turned hero stopping it all. The prosecution calls their witnesses. Belle testifies first, composed, professional, but when she talks about her father, the composure cracks, tears fall, anger shows through. "He was a good man. He built something real, something that helped people, and Vincent destroyed it, destroyed him for money, for greed, for nothing that actually matters." The defense attorney tries to shake her. "Ms. Hartwick, isn't it true you and Mr. Brooks are in a relationship?" "We're friends." "Just friends. The tabloids suggest otherwise." "My personal life isn't on trial. Vincent's crimes are." "But if you're romantically involved with the man who investigated your father's death, doesn't that suggest bias? Collusion?" Belle leans forward, fire in her eyes. "Jamal Brooks saved my life, risked his own, put his daughter in danger to find the truth. The only bias here is Vincent's. He killed my father. He tried to kill me, and no amount of courtroom games will change that." The jury watches, listens, believes. Jamal testifies next. He's uncomfortable in a suit, uncomfortable with attention, but his testimony is clear, precise, detailed. He walks through the investigation, the financial records, the shell corporations, the wire transfers, the pattern of embezzlement that led to murder. The defense tries to attack his credibility. "Mr. Brooks, you were fired from your previous job at Boeing, weren't you?" "I resigned to care for my dying wife." But there were accusations of impropriety, of taking company resources for personal use. Those accusations were investigated and dismissed. I was cleared completely. "Yet you left anyway." "Because my wife was dying and my daughter needed me. I chose family over career. I'd make that choice again every single day." The courtroom is silent. Even the defense attorney looks uncomfortable. The prosecution shows video, security footage from the warehouse, Jamal rescuing Destiny, taking down armed men, saving his daughter while Vincent watched and did nothing. The jury sees it all, sees the courage, the skill, the love of a father willing to die for his child. When Vincent takes the stand, he tries to maintain innocence, tries to claim he was framed, that the evidence was planted, that he's the victim here. But the prosecution destroys him, shows phone records, shows emails, shows bank transactions that can't be explained away. Shows Robert Hartwick's watch, the one Vincent kept as a trophy, with Robert's blood still on the band. Vincent's composure shatters, he screams, rants, claims conspiracy, claims persecution. The jury sees exactly who he is, a killer, a thief, a man with no remorse, no conscience, no humanity. Deliberation takes 4 hours. The verdict comes back unanimous. Guilty on all counts. The judge sentences him immediately. Life in prison, no possibility of parole, multiple consecutive sentences ensuring he'll die behind bars. Vincent is led away in chains, screaming, struggling, the mask completely gone, nothing left but rage and regret. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm. Jamal and Belle emerge together, destiny between them, holding both their hands. "Mr. Brooks, how does it feel to get justice?" Jamal stops, looks at the camera, speaks from the heart. Justice doesn't feel like winning. It feels like finally being able to breathe again, like the weight that's been crushing you lifts just enough to survive. My daughter is safe. Belle is safe. A killer is behind bars. That's not winning. That's just living to fight another day. And you and Miss Hartwick, are you together? Belle steps forward, takes the microphone, doesn't hesitate. Jamal Brooks is the most honorable man I've ever met. He risked everything for truth, for justice, for doing what's right when wrong would have been easier. Am I in love with him? Yes, absolutely, without question, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm proud of it. The crowd erupts, questions shouted, cameras flashing. Jamal looks at Belle, surprised, moved, terrified. She looks back, smiles, too much. Maybe, but I'll allow it. They walk away together, a family in the making, imperfect, complicated, real. Scene 10, the pulling away. 2 weeks after the trial, something shifts. Jamal starts pulling back, subtle at first, canceled dinners, shorter phone calls, walls going up brick by brick. Belle notices, of course she does, she's not stupid. She shows up at his house on a Saturday, unannounced, determined. Mrs. Lorraine answers the door, takes one look at Belle's face, knows what's happening. He's in the garage, working, hiding, same thing with that boy. Belle finds him under a car, oil on his hands, grease on his face, using work as armor. "You're avoiding me." "I'm working." "You're hiding." Jamal slides out from under the car, sits up, doesn't look at her. "I need space." "Why?" "Because this is moving too fast. Because I don't know how to be what you need. Because every time I look at you, I see everything I could lose." Belle kneels down, eye level, forces him to see her. "You think I'm not scared? I just testified against a man who killed my father and tried to kill me. I'm terrified. Every car that passes, every shadow in my penthouse, every moment alone. I'm afraid he'll somehow get out, somehow finish what he started." "That's different." How is your fear different from mine? You're afraid of losing me. I'm afraid of losing you. We're both scared, but at least we could be scared together. "I can't do this right now." "Can't or won't." Jamal stands, turns away. "Destiny asked me yesterday if you were going to be her new mom, and I didn't know what to say, because I don't know if this is real or if it's trauma. I don't know if what we feel will last or if it'll fade once the adrenaline wears off. I don't know anything except that I can't risk my daughter's heart on a maybe. Belle feels like she's been slapped. You think I'm a maybe. I think we're both broken people trying to put pieces back together. And sometimes broken pieces don't fit. Sometimes they just cut each other. So that's it, you're just giving up. I'm being realistic. You're a billionaire. I'm a mechanic. You live in a penthouse. I live in a house that's falling apart. You went to Harvard. I went to night school between deployments. We're from different worlds. And maybe for a minute those worlds collided, but they don't stay collided. They drift apart. That's just physics. That's bullshit and you know it. Is it? Name one relationship that works when the power dynamic is this unbalanced. When one person has everything and the other has nothing. You have everything that matters: honor, integrity, courage. The ability to love so completely it scares you. That's not nothing, that's everything. Jamal shakes his head. I need time, please, just give me time. Belle stands, straightens her clothes, wipes her eyes. Fine, take your time, take all the time you need, but know this. I'm not giving up on us, I'm not walking away. When you're ready to stop being scared and start living again, I'll be here, waiting, because that's what love is. It's not running when things get hard, it's staying, it's fighting. It's choosing someone even when they're too afraid to choose themselves. She leaves. The garage door closes behind her. The sound echoes like a coffin lid. Jamal stands alone, in his garage, surrounded by tools and projects, by the life he built to avoid feeling. And for the first time since Shanice died, he lets himself break. He sinks to the concrete floor, puts his head in his hands, and cries, great heaving sobs, years of grief and loss and fear pouring out. Mrs. Lorraine finds him an hour later, sits beside him, doesn't speak, just sits, present, the way mothers do. When the crying stops, she speaks. Your father ran when things got hard, when being a husband and father got complicated. He ran, and it destroyed our family. I'm not running, I'm being careful. You're being a coward. The word hits like a bullet. Jamal looks at his mother, shocked, hurt. Mama, I raised you better than this. Raised you to be brave, to do hard things, to love even when it hurts. And now you got a good woman who loves you, who loves your daughter, who stood up in court and declared her love in front of the whole world. And you're running because you're scared. Of course I'm scared. What if I lose her like I lost Shanice? Then you lose her, and it hurts, and you survive, just like you survived before. But at least you'll have had something real, something beautiful. You think Shanice would want you to spend the rest of your life alone, afraid, half living. She made me promise to keep caring, to not let her death make me hard. Then keep that promise. Love Belle, love her completely. Give that girl everything you have, because that's what Shanice would want, that's what she'd demand. Mrs. Lorraine stands, pats his shoulder, leaves him with his thoughts. Jamal sits in the garage, staring at nothing, thinking about everything. About Shanice's last words, about Belle's declaration, about Destiny's question. About the man he wants to be versus the man he's becoming. About courage and cowardice, and the razor-thin line between them. Slowly, painfully, he makes a decision. Scene 11, the cemetery. 3 days later, morning, cold, the kind of cold that seeps into bones and won't leave. Jamal drives to Oakland Cemetery, old, historic, where Atlanta buries its dead. He finds the grave easily, has been here 100 times, knows every blade of grass, every tree, every stone. Shanice Brooks, beloved wife and mother, born in light, lived in love, rests in peace. Jamal kneels, touches the headstone, cold marble under warm fingers. "Hey baby, been a while." He pauses, like she might answer, like the dead speak if you listen hard enough. "I met someone I know, 2 years, that's fast, but she's amazing, Shanice. She's strong, smart, beautiful, scared, just like me. And I'm falling in love with her. Already have, really, but I'm terrified." The wind picks up, rustles dead leaves, could be weather, could be answer. "I made you a promise to keep caring, to not let your death make me hard, but I'm breaking that promise. I'm pushing her away, hiding, being the coward mama says I am." A sound behind him, footsteps, he turns. Belle stands there, black coat, hair down, no makeup, vulnerable, real. "How did you know I'd be here?" "Your mother called, said you needed me, even if you didn't know it yet." She sits beside him, on the cold ground, not caring about her expensive coat. "This is Shanice. This is Shanice." Belle studies the headstone, reads the inscription. She was young. 29. Cancer doesn't care about fair. "I'm sorry for your loss, for intruding. Your mother said you needed to hear something, and I'm apparently the only one who can say it." "What's that?" Belle takes a breath, steadies herself. "I'm terrified, too, of losing you, of this not working, of my world destroying yours, of destiny getting hurt, of all of it. But I'd rather be terrified and together than safe and alone, because safety is overrated, connection is rare, and what we have, it's worth fighting for." She stands, looks down at the grave, speaks to a woman she'll never meet. "Mrs. Brooks, Shanice, I know I can never replace you. I won't try. But I promise if he'll let me, I'll love your husband. I'll love your daughter. I'll honor your memory. And I'll spend every day trying to be worthy of the family you built." Tears run down her face, but her voice is steady. "So if you could, if there's any way, please tell him it's okay. Tell him you want him to be happy. Tell him love isn't betrayal, it's survival." Jamal stands, wipes his eyes, looks at Belle, at this woman who just poured her heart out to a ghost. "I'm sorry for pushing you away, for being scared, for almost losing this." "Almost." "I don't want to lose you, don't want to lose us, don't want to waste whatever time we have being afraid." "So what do you want?" "You, destiny, a life that's messy and complicated and real. I want to be brave enough to try." Belle steps close, takes his hands. "Then try, we'll fail sometimes, we'll fight, we'll struggle, but we'll do it together." Together. They kiss, there in the cemetery with Shanice's ghost watching, and somehow it feels right, like permission granted, like blessing given. When they break apart, Jamal touches the headstone one more time. "Thank you, baby, for everything, for destiny, for teaching me how to love, for letting me go so I can love again. I'll never forget you, but I can't keep living in the past. It's time to build a future." They walk away, hand in hand, leaving the dead to rest, choosing life, choosing love, choosing the terrifying possibility of happiness. Scene 12. The foundation launch 6 months later. Spring, new growth, green things pushing through dead ground, the world proving that endings can become beginnings. The Robert Hartwick Community Center stands gleaming in midday sun. Modern, beautiful, built in West End, in the neighborhood that raised Jamal, a bridge between worlds. Inside, hundreds of people, families, community leaders, press, politicians, everyone who matters and some who don't. Belle stands at a podium, professional, powerful, but warm now. The ice has melted, the human underneath showing through. "My father believed in second chances, in lifting people up, in using wealth to create opportunity. This center honors that belief. Job training, financial literacy, medical debt assistance, child care, Everything a family needs to not just survive but thrive. Applause genuine, enthusiastic. But this wouldn't exist without one man. A man who taught me what honor looks like, what courage costs, what love means. Jamal Brooks, please join me. Jamal walks up, still uncomfortable in a suit, still looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. But he comes. Belle hands him the microphone. He stares at it like it might bite. I'm not good at speeches. Laughter friendly, warm. But I'll say this. A year ago I was drowning in debt, in grief, in the feeling that no matter how hard I worked I'd never get ahead. Then I met Belle, and she showed me something I'd forgotten. That circumstances don't define us, choices do. He pauses, finds Destiny in the crowd. She's grown, taller, older, 8 now, still his baby. I chose to help a stranger. Belle chose to trust me. Together, we chose justice over safety, and that changed everything. This center is proof that change is possible, that broken things can be fixed, that there's always hope if you're brave enough to reach for it. The crowd stands, applause thunders. Jamal steps back, overwhelmed. After the ceremony, they tour the facility. Destiny runs ahead, excited, showing Belle her favorite rooms, the library, the computer lab, the playground. Belle kneels down, eye level with Destiny. What do you think? Does it honor your mama? Does it make her proud? Destiny considers, serious. Mama would love it. She always wanted to help people. This helps people, so yeah, she'd be super proud. Good, that's all that matters. Later that evening, as the sun sets over Atlanta, the three of them sit on the community center steps, watching the sky turn orange and gold. Destiny leans against Belle, comfortable, natural. Miss Belle. Yes, sweetheart. Can I ask you something kind of big? Of course. If you and Daddy, if you guys get married and stuff, can I call you Mom? Not like replacing my first mom, like having two moms, one in heaven, one here. Is that okay? Belle's eyes fill. She looks at Jamal. He nods permission. That would be the greatest honor of my life. Cool, Destiny pauses. So are you guys gonna get married? Belle laughs through tears. I don't know, that's up to your dad. Destiny runs off to play, leaving two adults stunned. Did that just happen? Belle asks. That just happened. They sit in comfortable silence, watching Destiny play, watching their future take shape in real time. Jamal takes a breath. His heart pounds. This is it. The moment everything changes or stays the same. He pulls a small box from his pocket, opens it. A ring, simple, elegant, not flashy, just right. Belle's breath catches. I know this is fast, Jamal says. I know we've been officially together for 6 months, but life is short, time is precious, and I don't want to waste another second. He gets down on one knee, right there on the community center steps, in the neighborhood where he grew up, where Belle learned what real means, where their worlds finally, permanently collided. Isabel Hartwick, you crashed into my life and everything changed. You reminded me that honor matters, that doing right is worth the cost, that love is possible even after loss. You taught me how to feel again, how to hope again, how to believe that tomorrow can be better than today. His voice cracks, but he continues. I promise to choose you, every day, in big ways and small, to be your partner, your equal, your home, to build a life worthy of your father's memory and my wife's sacrifice, to raise Destiny with you, to fight for justice, to never stop caring, to love you until my last breath. Tears stream down Belle's face. Marry me, not because I saved your life, not because we survived hell together, but because I love you, completely, terrifyingly. The kind of love that makes you want to be better, to do more, to build something that lasts. He holds out the ring. Will you marry me? Belle doesn't hesitate, doesn't think, just feels. Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. No hesitation, no doubts, just yes. He slides the ring on her finger. It fits perfectly, like it was always meant to be there. They kiss, long, deep, full of promise. Destiny sees them, runs back, screaming pure joy. Did you ask her? I asked her. What did she say? She said yes. Destiny tackles them both. The three of them collapse in a pile of laughter and tears and happiness. People from inside the center spill out. Drawn by the commotion, they see, they understand, they cheer. Someone takes a photo, candid, real, unposed, the three of them tangled together, smiling, crying, happy. It's the photo that will hang in their home. The photo that proves love doesn't follow rules, doesn't care about wealth or status or where you come from. Love just is. And for Jamal Brooks and Belle Hartwick and Destiny Brooks, love is enough. Mrs. Lorraine appears, wipes her eyes. About damn time. Detective Stone is there too, grins. Took you long enough, Brooks. Friends gather, neighbors, people from the community, all celebrating this strange, beautiful, impossible love story. As the sun sets completely and stars begin to appear, Jamal holds his family close. Belle on one side, Destiny on the other, his whole world in his arms. Are you happy, Daddy? Destiny asks. Happier than I've been in years. Good, you deserve happy. Belle kisses his cheek. We all do. They sit together, on the steps of the center that bears Shanice's husband's and Belle's father's legacy, in the neighborhood that shaped Jamal, under the stars that watched it all unfold. And for the first time since Shanice died, Jamal feels complete. Not because he's forgotten her, never that, but because he's honored her memory by doing what she asked. He kept caring, he kept loving, he kept fighting for what's right. And in doing so, he found a future worth living. Epilogue. What came next? Brief montage. 6 months later they marry. Small ceremony at the community center. Mrs. Lorraine officiating. Destiny as junior bride. Only people who matter in attendance. Belle in simple white. Jamal in the same suit from the foundation launch. Perfect because it's real. The vows are short. The promise is eternal. I choose you, Jamal says. I choose you, Belle echoes. They kiss, Destiny cheers, the crowd erupts. 1 year after that, the foundation expands. 3 more centers, 10,000 families helped, medical debt erased, jobs created, hope restored. Jamal runs operations. Belle handles strategy. Together they build something bigger than themselves, something that matters. Destiny thrives, excels in school, wants to be an engineer like her dad, maybe a CEO like her mom, maybe both. The world is open, possibilities endless. Vincent Carrington's appeal is denied. Life sentence upheld. He'll die in prison, justice served. And late at night, when the world is quiet, Jamal still visits Shanice's grave sometimes. Brings flowers, tells her about Destiny's grades, about Belle's kindness, about the life they're building. Thank you, he whispers to the stone, for teaching me how to love, for giving me destiny, for letting me go. I hope you're proud. I hope you see that I kept my promise. I never stopped caring. The wind rustles through the trees. Could be weather, could be answer. Either way, Jamal feels peace. He drives home to Belle and Destiny, to laughter and homework and dinner around the table, to the ordinary magic of a life well lived. Sometimes heroism looks like running into danger. Sometimes it looks like opening your heart after loss. Sometimes it looks like choosing love when fear screams no. But it always, always looks like doing what's right, even when right costs everything. Especially then. Jamal Brooks stopped on a rainy highway one winter night, pulled a stranger from a burning car, saved a life. And in doing so, saved his own.